Stop. Don't even comment on it. I know exactly what you're thinking. Stop. This is a wyvern, not a dragon, okay? Atlyss is a game solo developed by Kissef from Kisssoft. I know that some of you curious about this game might notice the art style and the developer's name and, you know, have that scene from Despicable Me 2 where Gru finds a villain he knew from the past doing something else entirely. And yeah, I will explain no further. This game is a third-person action RPG dungeon crawler. This kind of perspective for the genre makes me feel as if the best way to describe this were, imagine Diablo, but you're hopping around like it were Quake. It is very frantic, chaotic, and quite fun. It takes many of the strengths of being an action RPG that allows you to freely control your character and fuses them with the randomness of trying to build your character the way you think it would be best, from getting items and equipment, from clearing dungeons from a dungeon crawler, falling neatly into this loop of wrecking stuff up and sometimes getting wrecked yourself as you lose track of half of the things that are going on at once and you get hit twice and die. Many of these moments can be attributed to your own skill, however, as awareness is key to keeping yourself alive, and so is dexterity. And I mean in real life, not in the game. In-game is nice too, since you'll be needing to press a lot of key shortcuts to be able to use your skills and items at the same time to keep yourself in battle. Combat is surprisingly simple, however. You have one attack button that you can just keep pressed to keep attacking, one charge attack button that, well, charges your attack, a block button which you can use to block projectiles and attacks in exchange of your stamina bar, but you can also parry attacks if you block at just the right time. The parry window is incredibly lenient and it is not difficult to parry attacks. But it seems to be linked to a level difference between yourself and the enemies, so you cannot cheese the game if you're too low level. At least, I think you can't. Wait on the challenge runners to find out about it, and let's see them destroying this game from the inside out. You can jump, you can dash, use skills and items. All of this can be put together to make a very flashy and quick game that is easy to pick up, but has a deeper layer of skill and strategy attributed to it as you build your character more suited to your own playstyle. Well, at least try to. You see, the game still is in early access and it's under active development. Back in early July, there was a massive update that added some subclasses to the game and expanded the world a little bit, which was great. Yeah, sure, the whole game still is very light on content, but it's a solo dev and it costs just $10 to buy the game, so let the man cook a little bit, damn! But yeah, you can't exactly build to just the style you want because the subclasses aren't really fully implemented yet, and the current classes are very all-rounded. You can still pick between a fighter, ranger, and mage though, which is nice. More stuff to come in the future. Now, as you may have realized, this game looks a lot like an N64 game, and if I had $1 for every furry game with N64 graphics covered in this channel, I'd have just $2, which is not much, but still a lot that it happened twice. Despite that, I think it looks really good. I have a certain fondness for this blocky, low poly count look that N64 has, and you might say that there's not enough fog. Yeah, but I think that some things are better left in the past, eh? The character models do look really nice though. Of course, there's a certain emphasis on female models, and I suppose a lot of this has to do with the creator's own tendencies. Kissef, I get you, man. You like Midna, right? Well, so do I, so thanks for making it so easy for me to recreate her in your game. The character creation allows you to adjust many settings of your model, including head height and length, arm thickness, belly size, and how many Krabby Patties you ate last night. I think female models could benefit from being a bit more flat-chested, I think. Well, mainly because I had to make my Midna as a male model because, well, that's the smallest chest size I can pick for females. It doesn't make that much difference though, as you still have access to all the previously mentioned sliders with both model types. Though I guess being able to give more muscles to male characters would be nice. A lot of this game's presentation shines on its simplicity with very striking character design. I think it's a pretty game, as it easily pops on your screen while not needing to be incredibly resource intensive. Enemy designs are overall fine. Some of them are goofy, some of them are basic, some of them shoot slimes from the nip. I forgot to say that this game can be played with multiple people. In fact, lobbies can have like 12 people or something like that, maybe more. I know they can have a lot of people, so you can pick some friends up and enjoy this game with them. Myself and my friends enjoyed this game quite a bit and managed to spend almost 20 hours with it in about 3 days. In different weeks, we got jobs, you know. It helps that this game turns out to be quite forgiving. You can easily die, but dying doesn't really punish you other than setting you back to the last checkpoint. This doesn't really mean much in a dungeon because the dungeons are quite short so far, and you can just go back to the room you were fighting in and continue the fight. This does, however, turn into a bit of a problem outside dungeons, since to progress, you need to clear certain arenas along the way and they reactivate after a certain time. There were many moments when attempting to clear one of the quests where one of my friends died in one of the further arenas and we had to wait for them to come back. But with them having to fight all previous arenas, we also ended up having to return to plow them all over again. That's alright, just get better and try again. There are some items that you can get to revive yourself or to revive allies, but they are hard to come by or expensive. In fact, a lot of things in the game are really expensive, especially enchanting. So, hey everyone, meet Vivian. She's the enchanter. Hi Vivian. Now, tell Vivian to go straight to hell because she keeps giving me magic enhanced items. I'm a fighter, Vivian. I don't care about that frilly wizard shit! It costs way too many resources to enchant equipment in this game, and it doesn't seem like it's worth the hassle. I mean, what else am I gonna be spending this money on, yeah? I get it. But so far, there isn't that much to do in the game, so when I hit the highest level dungeon available to play, there just isn't really much reason to keep grinding other than just for the sake of grinding. But hey, 20 hours for basically 2 dungeons? Not bad. There are multiple level requirements to them, but it's still not bad. Now, about the sound. I don't remember much about the sound design or soundtrack. I know that some of the songs are pleasant to listen to, and it's an overall decent playlist, but I don't think there was anything super exceptional in the middle. That's just fine by me. Some of the sound effects are pretty good though, especially the ones for when you get launched halfway across the arena. Atlyss is a genuinely fun game and I recommend you give it a try. Yeah, it has furries in it, and if you're not into that, you might be turned away from this. But if you don't mind that, then give it a shot. This sort of game is the kind that really would benefit from the support of more players and more funds to keep development going. Now, before wrapping this video up, Kisef, if you're listening to this, you gotta filter some of the criticisms from the community, man. Some of these people are vile, and some of your reactions to those people got me worried about your well-being. Get someone to be a media manager for you or something of the sort and let them bring you community feedback in a more digestible way. It'll be good for your mental health and to avoid burnout. As for the community, come on guys, give the man some time. things will come eventually. Now go on, try the game out, and then come back to this video and comment what you thought about it. Remember to like, subscribe for more imp cake, and take care.